Jai Hind, this is Brigadier Hemant Mahajan. We meet again to carry out a review of important activities that took place at national or international level, which has an effect on India's national security. We are talking about the physical security, we are talking of environmental security, we are talking of economic security, we are talking of uh, various kinds of security. So I'll start off with some of the important events that took place. The first important event that was there was that the number of drones which are coming from Pakistan getting drugs and ammunition into our state of Punjab has doubled up. That is what the DG Border Security Force, especially Pankaj Kumar, said. Last year it was 79 drone flights which they had detected, and this year it is more than 266, so double. And each of the drones is capable of carrying about 10 to 12 kgs of narcotics. So you can imagine as to how much of narcotics is being pumped inside state of Punjab by Pakistan. And why only state of Punjab? Why not Rajasthan? Why not Jammu and Kashmir? This is a question that we need to answer. Okay. The second issue is that the Indian Army is building up on the infrastructure, on the line of control in a very big way. We have constructed an infrastructure for housing 450 tanks, more than 22,000 troops. Now remember, initially there was just a division and a headquarter which was there in Eastern Ladakh. Now the troops have doubled up, and should you want to carry out a counter offensive, then we have more infrastructure available. In addition to this, a lot of infrastructure improvements are taking place in terms of tunnels, in terms of bridges. Will definitely improve the Indian Army's capability tremendously. The Vice Chief of India's Army Staff of the Indian Army, General Raju, has said that the modernization of Indian Army is going to be based on the indigenous manufacture. So that's a very important policy decision that has been taken. Earlier, we used to, let's say, import 70% of our equipment from outside. The defense minister also given a statement saying that we need to utilize our budget properly, because budget will always be in short supply. So therefore, we have to ensure that every rupee is spent properly so that we get a good value for our money. The next point is from the Ministry of Home Affairs. It is said that illegal migration continues and there are major challenges on the Indo-Bangladesh border. Now, what they have said is out of nearly 3,000 kilometers of border, floodlights have been sanctioned for 2,600 kilometers, and it has been completed. And the rest of the floodlighting will be completed by 2023. That is what they have said, so that we are able to reduce the infiltration, especially in the state of West Bengal. The Border Security Force really needs to improve its operational capabilities. Maybe they can be given help by the National Security Guard, sharpshooters who are very good at shooting. Maybe the anti-aircraft defense system of the Indian Army may be deployed at selected places to shoot down the drones. The next issue is with regard to the East Asia summit which took place. In fact, last week was very, very busy as far as the foreign diplomacy was concerned. We had the East Asia security meeting when there's a problem going on in China, and India's Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar, he was the one who led the India delegation there, and there India talked about free passage as far as South China Sea is concerned, because that is one of the busiest routes, and China is saying that whole South China belongs to it. The next issue is with regard to SFJ Pannu, who belongs to Seeks for Justice, an organization which is banned by India in 2019. And Pannu or Panun is a proclaimed offender. He tried to carry out referendum Khalistan 2022 in two cities of Canada, which is quite an anti-national act. Unfortunately, the Canadian government did not stop it, and now he plans to do it in Canberra also, which is the capital of Australia. Now, government of India has been trying to tell these people that this must be stopped. Democratic countries must help democratic countries, but it is a handful of Khalistanis who have no base in India carry out referendum, carry out propaganda, get a lot of publicity in Western countries by raising funds. They are helped by Pakistan's agency ISI and China's intelligence agencies also. Unfortunately, the Western democratic country do not see any crime in that. They feel if they catch these people, catch these hardliners, it will be a violation of freedom of expression. These people need to be told if you behave like that, then maybe there are certain organizations in England and elsewhere which are fighting against breaking England also. Should we let them organize a referendum in our country? That is a question that we need to ask them. Next issue pertains to India's economic security. One good news was that the US Department of Treasury, their Treasury Secretary, had come to India a few days back. He has said that India has been removed now from the US Treasury currency monitoring list. US Treasury currency monitoring list. What it simply means is when a country is put on this list, that means they are currency manipulator. That means artificially they use their own currency with regard to dollars, etc. Now, India was on the watch list for nearly 2 years. Now it has been removed. While the countries which are on the watch list are China, Japan, Korea, Germany, Malaysia, Singapore, Taiwan, etc. Now, removing India from this watch list means the Reserve Bank will have a lot of latitude now in terms of buying dollars during the time of surplus inflows and selling the dollars when there are outflows. This will ensure that we do not let the currency fluctuate too much. This will definitely help the country economically. The second issue regarding economic security is that there are two parties, Congress and Aam Aadmi Party. They want to revert to old pension scheme for the state government employees in their state. The Congress has already done it in Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, and Aam Aadmi Party has done it in Punjab. And both the parties have said that in election in Gujarat also they would go in for this. Now this is a very very unfortunate decision driven by short-term political considerations. It means a small fraction of a population will get pension, which the states just can't afford. Remember, the old pension scheme used to take about 26-27% of the budget of the states. This means all of the welfare schemes will come to an halt. But these parties could not be bothered. Now, old pension scheme has been replaced by new pension schemes, and the new pension scheme, since it was launched few years back, has built up a robust subscriber base. At the end of October 2022, there are nearly 24 lakh central government employees. There are nearly 60 lakh state government employees. Then there are 15 lakh plus employees from the corporate sector and 25 lakh plus from the organized sector. And this NPS scheme is definitely is doing well. So we have to ensure that such reverting back to old pension scheme will be disastrous for the economies of the state. People must be made to understand that, and this must be stopped. The next issue pertains to water security. An expert on Himalayas or water, a person called Mr. John Kay, he's written a number of books on Himalayas, and he says that China is building a number of dams in Tibet, which is disastrous as far as the economy of Himalaya is concerned. India is a lower riparian state. If dams are built there, it will create a problem from the point of view of water security. It will create a problem from the point of view of ecological security. We must put diplomatic pressure on China with the help of other Southeast Asian countries which are lower riparian states that they should not build dams there. The next issue is the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, when he was addressing the third edition of No Money for Terror, he said that some countries back terrorism as a part of their foreign policy. This must stop. In fact, India is repeatedly focusing on this issue. The next issue is about the job security of a lot of Indians who are on H-1B visa in the USA. All of you know from the media that the technological companies have been cutting their staff. I'm sure all of us know that Twitter has cut down their staff by 50%. The giant Meta platform has let down 11,000 employees. Microsoft, Salesforce, Oracle, everybody is laying off employees because Europe, America is almost getting into recession because of multiple reasons. So therefore, the jobs are gone. Now the effect on Indians there is that many of them are on H-1B visa. The moment they are on H-1B visa, then the problem is if one job of theirs is lost, then they have to get the next job within 60 days. If they don't get it, they will have to leave USA and come back to India. Now, many Indians who are there think that it's a disaster. Well, they should be. It's not a disaster. If they come back to India with their much higher educational qualification and experience of working with high technological companies, they'll easily be able to get a job. Maybe they may not get as much money as they get in USA, but definitely they can contribute to India's technological. Yes, the communication internet connection broke, but I was talking about G20 summit when the connection broke. G20 summit, India assumed the presidentship of this organization, which is one of the most powerful organizations evolved ever. So India is going to focus on United Nations laws on sea. It is going to focus on food security. It is going to focus on energy security. It is going to focus on rule-based order as far as Indian Ocean and South China Sea is concerned. These are very important issues, including solar power, etc. So this is an important event for India and also for the world. That next 1 year, more than 200 to 50 conferences will be held in India on various subjects in which India will try to lead G20 in a correct direction and ensure that the world benefits because of the economic power of the G20. The next issue is Russia-Ukraine war. If Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, with the help of G20 leaders, is able to stop the Russia-Ukraine war, it will be a tremendous achievement. But realistically, the end of war doesn't appear to be in sight because both the sides are both possibly can have an upper edge in the war. But India must keep on trying, and if we are able to stop this war, it will be a very good thing to happen as far as India and the world is concerned. The next issue is that India and the United Kingdom's trade talks on the free trade agreement are on the right lines. And as late as today, there's a statement from Mr. Rishi Sunak to say that this agreement will be confirmed in a short while. If this happens, it will improve imports and exports between India and UK, helping both the countries. And my last point today is using India's soft power to showcase India. Remember, country has a hard power. Hard power means military strength, etc. Soft power means something more. India's cuisine, India's language, India's culture, etc. Very recently, Shri Vinay Sahasrabudhe, who's the chairman of one of the institutions which looks after culture, they have had a one seminar in Pune in which they talked about using the influence of cinema, using the influence of internet for creating a favorable perception about India. Remember, the Indian Council of Cultural Research and one of the universities in Pune jointly organized a seminar with many scholars giving their assessment of how this best can be done. A lot of good ideas have emerged. There's a lot of soft power as far as Bollywood is concerned, lot of soft power in serials and songs, in dramas, etc. This soft power has to be used. Only thing is, people do not understand the Indian languages, so we need to convert the movies, etc., by giving subtitles in the neighborhood languages. That means if it's for Bangladesh, then it should be in Bengali. If it's for China, it should be in Chinese, etc., so that they also get impressed by our culture. Similarly, same thing happens for TV, same thing happens for all other forms of presentation. This also another important issue here is that in addition to this, there are many ways we can improve. India's Bollywood is a very strong thing. Technology is improving every day. So we need to have cooperation with global movies which should be made in India. We should improve the ease of making movies in India. India has a wonderful landscape. Everything that needs to be shown is available here. So we should try and get the Hollywood and the other world people to come and shoot in India. That will be a good thing to happen. Only what is most important here is that when we showcase India's culture, etc., it should be balanced. Our deprivation should not be exploited. There's a need to challenge the deep-rooted colonial consciousness that which can be termed as cinematic colonization in glorifying poverty and disregarding effort which government of India is doing to overcome it. We must not show India as some people in the West want to see it. We should show the positive side. One would remember in olden days, actor Manoj Kumar was called Mr. Bharat Kumar because he shot lot of movies which were patriotic in nature, and he had understood this. And the government of that day, Mr. Lal Bahadur Shastri, etc., had asked him to shoot some patriotic movie. So today, the movie has a big power. It influences not only Indians but can influence the other people also. So therefore, we should improve our movie content of regional languages, of Hindi, subtitles in various languages, etc. Make people shoot movies in India. Thereby, it will showcase India's cultural strength. I'll stop here. If you like this video, like it and share it with as many people as possible. Jai Hind.